today with me, we're gonna find out. Is this on? Today we're gonna find out who will win tomorrow. Let's do that again. Welcome to Torino. Welcome to this beautiful stadium of Allianz Stadium, home of Juventus. And tomorrow we will find out who will be the first winner of the Kings World Cup Nations, which we're very excited to know. I'm in very good company today at this very first press conference of the Kings World Cup Nations. We have the president of Spanish Kings League, Gerard Piqué. And from Colombia, we have Juan Guarnizo, who has a very special day because it's his birthday. We want to congratulate you on that. La Parce and Pelicanger, the three of them presidents of the Colombian team, and the player Alejandro Ortega, and the Colombian head coach, Pibe Verdirame. From Brazil, we have the president, Gaules, Chris, and Ostigario. Brazil player, Kelvin Oliveira. And 20 to 25 media from 14 different countries around the world. Hello to everyone, welcome, and hello from everyone that is watching from all the devices around the world. Today, we will talk about the finalists. We'll talk about their concerns. We're going to talk about every question that the media has, the timetables for tomorrow. But let's start by reviewing yesterday's results. And we can have them on screen. Okay, we don't have them on screen, but we had Morocco and Colombia, 2-1 to Colombia, and Mexico, Brazil, 3-1. We're going to move on. Now we're going to see the bracket of the road that they went through to get here in Turin. Through this bracket, we will see how they went through all their journey to get here to Turin. On Sunday, we won't just witness the final of the Kings World Cup, but there's another spectacular match coming up. Legends versus streamers. We're going to have Casillas, Buffon, Andrea Pirlo, Alessandro Del Peiro versus the Italian streamers of the Kings League Italy, which will start shortly. We will also announce what's the special artist that is going to give the opening match.
Facciamo latte a bocca mitraglia. Fuori fa 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 fa. Solo ta. Vedo bimbi col balaclava. Senza mamma.
And it's Mahmoud, the Italian artist with more than 3 million listeners monthly on Spotify. So it's going to be a spectacular show tomorrow before the match. So we know that Colombia and Brazil, they both play in yellow. So today we have to do a draw lot to see who will play home and who will play away. And we will do it now, and I will need Gerard Piqué to help us out.
I understand both.
The first one that you will take is the one that will play home.
Oh. Lo veis primero, presidente. Brazil.
Brazil will play as home.
I want to show that the other one is Colombia because maybe they think
We'll make it official.
it's Colombia the other one, huh? Okay.
pero que es el negro.
So now we have the matches set. That would be Brazil versus Colombia tomorrow at 18 hours. And tomorrow we have tomorrow's match will be Colombia versus Brazil in the first match. So during these 2 weeks we broke records that were unbelievable. As we have said before, during the Morocco and Colombian match, we broke with 3 million people with devices all around the world. This is the most ever watched in the Kings League broadcast. Our other top picks were at the Camp Nou, the first split with 2 million, and the Ronaldinho match with Porcinos with 2 million devices. So Gerard, when you hear all these numbers, being the mastermind behind the Kings League, what do you think?
Well, I think that it's an amazing number. When we started thinking about the Kings World Cup nations for the first time, we knew that countries will support their nation and their team, and they will follow whatever they do. But the surprise is even bigger. I think that successful is much more than expected, and yeah, the fact that we did yesterday 3.1 million watching the semi-final between Morocco and Colombia, and then the second final also was at a very good numbers because we did also an average of more than 2 million. I think it shows how much it means for all these people to support their country, to hope that tomorrow Brazil or Colombia will be the first World Cup champion. And yeah, I think that it's an amazing numbers. The journey has been incredible so far these last 2 weeks. And tomorrow, I hope that the stadium will be sold out. We have 1,000 tickets left to sell, so I hope that everyone comes to the stadium, because apart from the final, which is the main event, we will have an opening with Mahmoud, that is an incredible artist here in Italy. And then in the halftime, we will have also a celebrity game, 10 minutes between streamers and legends, where people like Pirlo, Del Piero, Buffon, Iker Casillas, and so on will play against all these streamers that have incredible communities and that people follow them so much.
Thank you so much. Another question for Juan. So, has the World Cup surpassed your expectations?
¿Puede ser en español? Sí, perfecto. Sí, definitivamente.
Sure. It was groundbreaking. I can say that, of course, we expected great enthusiasm, but we would never expect such an incredible enthusiasm. So both on the part of the countries and on the part of the supporters coming to watch the matches live. So we broke every record, not only for supporters but also for players and presidents.
Or Kelvin, Monterrey, it comes back to your mind, but I guess you have one goal and one goal only, is to win tomorrow.
Eu acho que assim a gente
Well, maybe one goal would be enough to win, but we need to look backwards on the last 2 weeks. We have big players participating in this final. We lost in Monterrey, but now we got here, and we have the burden of a whole country on our shoulders, so we have to give all we have, and that's why we came here. We came here to do that, and that's what we want to do. So we need to be focused on the future.
Now we're just going to go through the schedule for tomorrow. We have the opening doors at 3:20, and then at 5:30 we have the streaming starting with the pre-show. At 6 o'clock we have the opening show with Mahmoud. At 6:20 we have the kick-up of the first half. And then at 1850, Legends game versus the Streamers. Following at 17 hours, kickoff and second half. And at 1935, trophy ceremony with the individuals awards with the MVPs, top scorer, and best goalkeeper. And now we're going to open the floor to the 20 to 25 medias that are here from all around the world.
Buenos días, José Elgueta de Multimedia.
Good morning, Multimedia from Mexico. Well, I have a question for PK, actually. So, when you started this project, of course, we were teased from the very beginning. There were so many connections, but then there was a sort of halt. While yesterday we had 3 million views and more. So, what's your idea in the medium-long run? Well, if I'm looking backwards the last 2 years, I can only say that we will be steady as we are, because I think that we could win our audience. So after the first split in Spain, with an average number of devices connected higher than the Spanish Liga, which is incredible because Liga is a religion in Spain, we could see that this record had been broken weeks by weeks, and we had an increasingly high number of views, and we couldn't really understand whether this trend would go upwards over and over. Now we see that the numbers are steady. And so I can also tell you that, of course, there were some critics from the media, because any new format is exposed to critics. We had, let's say, our success a little bit waxing and waning, but I can tell you that the number of viewers is higher and higher. So that's why we decided to extend our presence in Mexico. Same story. We had incredible number of views, but we've never wanted to replace traditional football. We want to be an additional product, as I said before. So I was a professional football player in a traditional way, and we know how deep-rooted it is in the heart of football supporters. But of course, those who love the Kings League may never stop to follow their own traditional teams. They will just add the trinos and X. So the Kings League, they will follow it on a tablet or on their smartphone, and then follow their favorite team of traditional football on TV. Why not? So I think that after 2 years and after the kickoff of these Cup Nations, I can tell you that we were successful in different nations. We announced new championships, a national championship in Italy and even in Brazil. But as I said before, you know, whenever you have national teams, of course, you have supporters from the countries, the relevant countries. For instance, we thought we couldn't have a higher number of supporters than we had in Barcelona, while we broke those records of more than 1 million. So that's incredible. As I said, in February, we will kick off the National Kings League champions, and we will also have the Queens League in Brazil. We'll have a couple of championships. The announcement will occur next week. So there's no end. We would like to have an ecosystem including 10, 12 championships all over the world, where the best teams can be classified, can be ranking for championship or something similar to Copa de Libertadores. We saw that this works rather well. So another question for the presidents of Brazil. So what about the polemics that were in Mexico with the penalty? What happened? So the players were very brave, were shooting penalties, while presidents were a little bit more reluctant. Presidents might not be big-hearted, just as players. So are you being like that tomorrow? So in this case, in the case of Mexico, we have of course, some previous experiences, and before the match, it was said, okay, the Mexico goalkeepers is not good for shootouts. So you know that the rest is history. In Brazil, we can be afraid of many things, but not of football, you see? So this strategy was already experienced, so we've been training for that for more than 1 month. I hope you can hear me now. So we've been working on that. We've been training on that for more than 2 months, you know. So we wanted to be focusing on other clubs that have already participated in the Kings League. So everything is part of a specific strategy. Maybe tomorrow you'll have some surprise. So we're very calm. We're 100% focused, so we scored already some goals, so we are very much at ease, actually. We want to leave many doors open for ourselves, so who knows? So we may have another president, so nothing is already fixed. So we have many different plans and very well trained and prepared. Francesco Munafo from La Stampa, Turin.
President of the two teams. Torino has a great connection, historic connection with football, traditional football. But how do you feel that the city is welcoming the event of tomorrow? We have 12,000 tickets sold for tomorrow. So which atmosphere do you feel in the city concerning tomorrow's event?
Hopefully tomorrow the stadium will be sold out. We have just 1,000 tickets left to be sold, because the rest, the other 34,000 are already done. So it's great news, obviously. Even if Italy was the first nation to be out of the competition, and it was obviously very unlucky, because I thought that here in Italy people would like to see the Italian team doing better, but it's what it is, it's competition. Even with that, the interest of the whole country for the World Cup has been amazing. Sky Sports Italia, which have the rights in traditional TV, have shared with us the numbers and have been amazing, even if Italy was not playing. And for the final, the same. Tomorrow, as I said, we have just 1,000 tickets left to sell. Hopefully between today and tomorrow we will sell all of them. And tomorrow we will have sold out in the stadium, which it will be amazing, and we will have an incredible atmosphere.
Eliana Hernandez de...
My name is Eliana Hernandez, the Record Mexico. I have a question for Piqué and another for Calvin. So, of course, we're heading for the last step of this first Cup nation. Do you think that players having different experiences in Kings League might be better prepared for this final? Because we have Brazil in the final, but we know that in all football finals there's a Brazil team playing, so it's curious, but we could expect it. What do you think about that? And as for Brazil, were you expecting Mexico performance in yesterday's match or not? Well, I think that the fact of knowing Kings League's rule and all the rules of this format is rather useful, because that's different from traditional football. So many players have already had some experiences, and others who haven't have a little bit more difficulties in playing 1-to-1 or 2-to-2. It's nothing seen before in traditional football. So having a first-hand experience before this final, of course, may help. So as the national championships are increasing, of course, this difference might be leveled. For the moment, having a previous experience in the national champions of Kings League will give a competitive advantage. That's what I think. Of course, as for the match against Mexico, so we were playing in a rather fair play atmosphere. That was incredible. Of course, we were opponents, and they are very, very strong and professional, experienced, and we knew that could be the most difficult match of the whole tournament. That was a semi-final, but we needed to be 100% focused, and we needed to avoid any mistakes. So thank God we could score a goal. That was very helpful to pass and to get to the final. But I can say that the whole team worked together. So Brazil is not only great in football in general, but also in this championship. I have a question for Piqué. So, you know football very well in Brazil. You know many Brazilian footballers. So now that you have a different angle on football with different players, can you find any similarities between audience and presidents of Kings Leagues and players? And a question for Kelvin. So my question for Kelvin is the following. So the idols, your personal idols, who are? So unfortunately, the lady is speaking out of the microphone. All right, talking about presidents, I think that the presidents of a Kings League or our traditional football team are two different planets, two different things, because of course the format is completely different. So the presidents speak publicly, they explain what happens in the team, they have a close relationship with the players, and sometimes they can have the players participating directly in their stream, while as for traditional football, they started to protect, so to say, the players as compared to their relation with the audience. Of course, players speak in the mixed tone in the interviews, so about the difficulties of losing or winning. But unfortunately, the supporters might not have a first-hand experience of relations to the players. So we want to be exactly the opposite. So all the stars like Kelvin Govede from Mexico, who has got a lot of supporters in Mexico, or Alessandro Ortega, who was not so much known, but who's increasing his popularities, are more exposed to the relations with the public. We want them to do that because these are the stars of our format, and really want them to be renowned. And the only way in which people can follow them is not only on the pitch, but having an almost direct relationship, just to ask what they like, what they dislike, what they like to do on the pitch or out of the pitch. So we want our players to have a direct relationship with their fans. So, of course, I was asked to tell me I was asked to tell you what I like most.
É o número assim, da história para mim. Eu sou muito fã. E eu gosto do futebol brasileiro porque essas pessoas jogam com alegria. Você vê que eles se divertem dentro de campo,
many stars are so happy to participate in these matches. So I always say to my colleagues, so let's go there and have fun, because that's the point. So we share these great moments just to have fun and to share moments together. So, good morning. So, I speak from Argentina. I have a question for Kelvin. So do you still want to play the Clásico with Argentina? So will you think of that?
Seria muito legal. Foi grande
that
jogo
would
contra o
be
México.
great, of course, because the
Brasil e
match
Argentina é muito
against
maior.
Mexico was
Seria
great,
prazer
but we
imenso
know that the
dar mais uma
rivalry
vitória pra nossa
between
seleção,
Brazil and Argentina
contra a Argentina,
is
como já
something
foi feito várias
historical,
vezes.
and we would like to have a Seleção to play that match too.
Eu acho que seria muito legal, né? Tava brincando com
That would be great. Of course, I was joking with many people before. So my desire is to play against Argentina, and I hope there could be a Clásico with Neymar and Aguero for their national teams. So we have been really thrilled about the possibility to have a final Brazil versus Argentina. Maybe in a future Cup Nations, this would become a reality. We are really waiting for that, and I agree with the others. So Brazilian people, of course, love football, and they would like to see the best of football of all. So sometimes you might say, so why are you supporting, so to say, great opponents? That because we want to have the greatest show.
¿Qué tal? Buenas tardes, Gerard.
So good afternoon, Gerard. My name is Diego Medina from Peru. So may I start by saying that's a pleasure to be here, Gerard. Thanks for your invitation. So to start with, let me say that everybody is really thrilled here in Peru just for the invitation to the King's Cup Nation. And do you know anything about the future of King's World Cup? Unfortunately, Peru was out of this cup in a bad way, so to say. So we want to have a further possibility. Talking about social, Peru is at the level of other nations, and if we look backwards, Colombia might not expect to be in the final. Why? Thanks to social, the whole South America may include Brazil with it, of course. Can't wait to watch the final. So for Brazil, what do you think about being the favored winner for tomorrow? Is there anything you would like to say to your supporters? So, of course, it's my pleasure to have you here on behalf of Peru, and was really joyful for us to have Peru participating in our King World Cup Nations. As we said before, this competition has been a great success. Of course, at the end, we will have a sort of debriefing moment to have our calendar down to June 2026. That will be published about February. So the whole ecosystem will have a sort of medium-run schedule. Juan and myself, when we started in Spain, of course, we're working overnight almost. While now, as I said, we can have a longer run schedule. And so, as I said, we'll have a sort of 18-month horizon. So there will be another club cup in addition to the Nation Cup, including the further nations that will join us. I hope I'll be able to share the calendar very soon. As far as we are concerned, of course, this match versus Brazil is a historic match because, of course, Brazil is an icon in the football sphere. We're not the favored match, but there's nothing different from all the other matches in the tournament. However, we got to the semifinals and we defeated Morocco, who was one of the favored. So, of course, even because of the Moroccan king's experience, and this is just another reason for motivation to win tomorrow, because having great opponents pushes us to give the best, to give everything we have. So we defeated other greatest teams. So we got to hear, I don't know whether my colleagues would like to say something about it. However, just to answer your question, well, I'm convinced that, of course, the least you're favored, the more your pride when you get to the final, because we've always been seen as the underdog, so to say. But now the situation is completely different. So we reached this step, just as it happened in the America's Cup. So we can't wait to play tomorrow's match, and we have to thank all our supporters. And I'm looking at somebody sitting in the first row here, because it's thanks to that person that we are here. So we don't want to deceive you. We will do anything to win tomorrow, as we did in the match against Turkey. So we have to suffer, but then the more you suffer, the best is your win. So when we speak about football, of course we we tend to expect Brazil to be there, but of course the opponents are just equally strong if they got to the final. So we respect the coach of Colombia because his strategy was the best, and Colombians are warriors. Of course, we feel we may be the favorite team, but we know how strong and how tough our opponents are. So it will be the greatest team, the greatest match of all. So when you have Brazil playing final, of course, we have unrivaled matches. So Brazil doesn't only mean football, it does mean organizers, supporters. Of course, we may be used to be favored, but this is not enough to win, of course. So we need much more than that to win, though. So we have coaches that won so much in their careers. So we have players that have a very tactical game. So we have others coming from futsal. So we have to forget being the favored ones. We have to be focused, and we need to respect our opponents. Let's see what happens tomorrow. So first and foremost, may I thank you for your question. So, what can I say? The work and engagement we've had so far has to be shared with all the national team, and I'm so proud of it because I don't think there's always one single favored team. We have big players, and we are honored to be favored, but it doesn't mean we are better than the others. So this is easy thinking when you say, oh, Brazilian teams are always favored. So we had to work hard to get here, and we know what we have to do to be the winners.
Sí, sí, se oye bien.
Unfortunately, we are not hearing the question.
Pues mira, te tengo que decir que creo que después de España,
all right. Well, after Spain and Mexico, Colombia is the third country with the higher number of teams. So we have Juan here. We also have Felipe Ceros y Huescos. There are many different teams, actually. So the presence is capillary. So the number of views for these Cup Nations has been incredibly high. So the presidents are asking to have a cup in Colombia. So we, of course, we want it to happen.
Hola, Luis de Football Sites y Juan Fútbol.
So my name is Luis from Football Chase. I have a question for Piqué and for the presses. So any of you, what is the biggest dream, the biggest goal you want to achieve? Of course, to Piqué as the creator. So what is your final goal? Well, I've already made my first dream come true because we will have a sold out for a brand new format tomorrow. So people are being enticed by seven-a-side football, a format having special rules different from all the others. And so this is already a first success. If I have to think to the highest peak, well, the match played at Camp Nou was really one of these peaks because the competition existed only for 3 months, and I'm dreaming of Maracanã because we will have a Brazilian Cup. Why not having a final match in Brazil? So, of course, that's a symbol stadium for football all over the world. Brazil, as we said many times, is one of the cradles of football. So they won so many world championships. So that's another dream of mine. So we all, as Prezis, have this deep passion for this project. As far as I am concerned, my personal dream is to win a cup. So since the King's Cup started in Spain, of course, we would like to hold the cup in our hands. That would be my personal peak.
No, pues yo también. En ese momento, obviamente, el objetivo principal y el sueño.
Well, yeah, I agree. This is our dreams. Actually, the first step would be winning tomorrow. Then, as a personal goal, that would be to win the first national championship with my own team. All right, so I think that, of course, everybody want to be the winner tomorrow here because by doing so, we'll be sure that Kings League Brazil will be impacting on different players like Kelvin and others because this can have an increasingly higher impact on those who play seven-a-side football in Brazil. So this could be one first step to show that Kings League in Brazil can have just an equal success to become the most important in the world. So I would say the same. So of course being champions is what everybody would like to be. So tomorrow we want to win and we want to do it in the future because many kids, many children who would like to become footballers can see the Kings League as a possibility to make their dreams come true. So we would like to change the lives of many kids. So as Socio said, of course there's a difference and champions are not always the same. Cups, of course, change of hands. If it's not tomorrow, even if we will do our best, that will be another time. So, as Pica said, this will help us understand what Kings League is. Unfortunately, traditional football has been closing on itself, while Kings League would like to open up to all the audience for people to become stars, not necessarily as players, but in a football sphere. So we would like to have people who've been marginalized or ignored to join our adventure. So we are here to do our best for this to become possible in the future across our community and through our community. We want to create the best contents ever in all our communities. And of course, for Brazilians, Kings League will be even more available than before, and this will become more and more natural. So, what can I say? So you've shown to be the king of seven-a-side football, and of course, and of Kings League, of course, and you want to be the king again. So you resisted all defeats. So what do you think for tomorrow? Well, every success was for me the final step of a long, hard journey of commitment and hard work. Tomorrow we work and we play against one of the best teams. Of course, Spain has played very well, but I knew there were two possibilities for the final, two main possibilities for the final. So, of course, Colombia will strive to win tomorrow. So we'll do anything we can. When I decided to seize this challenge, I didn't know what to expect, actually. So we had some defeats at the beginning because I could not really understand the core of this format. But then, according to Gerard, this format is defense-wise, but actually we're still working on it because we want the best format of all to be put on stage or better on the pitch. So, of course, we want to hold the cup in our hands. I think we have the best players, and Colombia will be a surprise. In spite of what Brazil say, tomorrow we really give everything. So we are working down to our knees. Good morning. I have a question for Juan. So you had one previous experience of a final match in Camp Nou. Do you think tomorrow will be different? So what's your feeling? And one question for Gerard. So Camp Nou is part of the history of football. Do you think Allianz Stadium will be such? Well, of course, we got to the final twice, but this is different because in addition to representing our club, we represent our country along with Pele, Jaime and all the others. So we're not only here on behalf of our team, but on behalf of a country. So the feeling of being in a final match of a Cup Nations is completely different for the different extent it can have. Well, as for football history, well, every time we have a premier final, we're making history because they're always the best matches of all. So as for the other finals, at the Camp Nou, Metropolitano, or at Azteca and Monterrey Stadium, we played after a whole national championship, though that was easily sold, while here in Italy we don't have that for the moment, and yet people were teased rather easily. So we've sold more than 80% of the tickets. So people are over-enthusiastic about that and about this new format. So what can I say? It's been a big success so far. So again, I hope we'll have a sold out just to mark history. Good morning. So this is Jorge Torres from Spain. So you are a world champion. So any suggestion you can give to the other players for whom tomorrow will be a premiere. And for the prizes, so we talked a little bit yesterday, and you mentioned it too. So I suppose you both think of winning tomorrow. So what happens? So the winner is going to decide what to do. The other match should make. Well, the fact of being a world champion means to be in a privileged position. So if you are lucky enough to be one, as compared to all the other people, I can say that the only suggestion I can give is to have fun. And even if you don't win, please don't go away thinking of being defeated, thinking of being losers, because getting to the final is already a big win, because you're going to play in front of millions of people. You see, so of course, it's only sports, it's a show, and it's a lot of fun. It must be a lot of fun, not only for the spectators, but also for the players. So that's the biggest suggestions I can give you. So you have to enjoy what you do all the times, even in a final, and it must be the only one in your life. So why wasting it by feeling a loser? You have to finish your game and exiting your pitch by feeling a winner. Well, actually, what can I say? I really don't agree with you, not completely at least, because we said that if we win, we will make a tattoo of the cup. Okay, let's see who's the one who will have the cup tattoo tomorrow. Well, of course I'm ready to do anything to be the winner tomorrow. But to have a name tattoo on my arm is not really what I am eager for, so I'd like to have something else celebrating this moment. All right, one last question for the prizes. Is there any of you who would like to hold the cup in your hands? You Brazilian prizes would like to touch it or to hold it in your hands? All right, that's good for the family photo. It's a sort of rehearsal for tomorrow. Let's see if this brings luck or not. Go on, go on. So you can do whatever you want with the cup for the moment. It's in your hands. All right, so why not having the cup? No, I'm not very sure about it. I prefer
En España no se tocan. En Colombia
so
no se
you
tocan.
know, it may bring bad luck. In Spain they don't touch it, not even in Colombia. While in Brazil we want to touch it because we won many. So maybe you shouldn't be so worried about bad luck. Come on, let's have a family photo all together without touching the cup.
Pibe, pibe. De este lado, pibe. De este lado, pibe. Carcel de Brasil. Pibe, carcel de Brasil. Carcel de Brasil. Pibe, venga Brasil. Del otro lado más fácil. Se queda ahí, con Brasil. ¿Qué es Brasil?
No quiere.
No.